It's Wes and Andy. Here we are,
Back again.
Random Fandom Tuesday night. It's Tuesday, November the 5th, and it feels like August, late August,
Yeah, it got
early
warm today.
early September. I went outside this morning to let our dog out, as I do every morning, and I checked my phone to see the weather, and it said it's 2 degrees out. I'm like, oh, I should probably put a coat on, but I'm only going to be out for a few minutes. I went out there, it was like 10 degrees.
Didn't really need it.
No. Oh, it was fantastic. I really do. I really did enjoy that. Oh, wow. That is a very, very thoughtful comment, Adam. I have intentionally stayed away from this election cycle simply because one, American politics don't interest me. Two, American politics frighten me. Three, Donald Trump is just an all around low quality human being, and I just don't want anything to do with him.
Fair enough.
I don't even want to know. I just want him to go away. Please,
It would be nice.
just go away. So I have no idea what's going on the election front. And I should say, I would say that I don't care, but the truth is I really do. And I'll start thinking about it more tomorrow or later this week when we have the results.
Well, I had it playing in the background all day, so I'm good and stressed
Oh,
out.
dear. Oh, no.
It's terrifying. Terrifying.
Random Fandom for the week of November 3rd. This one being a Random Fandom edition, the 83rd. The 83rd edition of Random Fandom. At this point, I mean, we've done enough for syndication, so
basically,
and it's YouTube, right? So like, it's there forever.
It is
just like us,
just like that clip of they're eating the dogs. That is the one good meme thing that has come out of this.
Eating the dogs. My gosh. Well, I'll be around forever. Thank you to YouTube, and of course, another reason to thank YouTube for all of the fine folks in our audience that we've gotten to meet over the last couple of years. Some of you we've met face to face, which we are eternally grateful for that. Others we have yet to meet, but I fully expect that one day, we will shake the hands, and I think that will be a wonderful day when we do.
It could be at RonCon. You never know.
RonCon 25 coming up here. I'm super excited. It's new. RonCon is new for us. That's not necessarily new. Not new at all. This being the 25th edition, but we were recently made aware of the convention, and we
it's
cannot
part of the community building thing. You find out more events and what people are going to wear and.
No, exactly. And I cannot wait for the first panel this year because I think it's going to be a good one. Personal invitation from Ron this year, which really shocked me. So want to thank Ron for everything. I guess we should probably just pause for a second.
Open up on our Tuesday tradition.
Open up the vault and have another one of those rounds of
Random Fandom Trivia.
That sounds about right. What do we got this weekend?
Switches up here real quick.
Switch a Marooney. Did I do something wrong?
No.
Oh, you know what? Yeah,
I did. Thing.
Oh, I see.
Make it look all pretty.
Oh, yeah, the old switcheroo.
There we go. Question for everyone.
Well, I will try.
The giant Hollywood sign is a famous landmark on a hillside of which city?
Oh, dear.
Is it A, San Francisco, B, New York, C, Los Angeles, or D, Chicago?
I mean, how do you not know this? How does anybody not know this?
I don't know. Apparently some Canadians were interviewed today and they didn't know that it was a caribou on the quarter. They thought it was a moose.
Oh, you know how many times I've heard that?
Twice.
I've heard that. No. Like I've heard that like many times that the Canadian quarter has a moose. Not true. It is a caribou. Unless you're lucky enough to get an old one and get the Mountie. The Mountie. And I don't mean the wrestler. Do we need the music for this? Do we need to run the music this week?
Probably not.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
We have answers coming in. Let's
what's this though?
What? Legit had a meeting with York Region Councillor about expanding RonCon this year.
It just gets bigger and
bigger. That is amazing. I certainly look forward to hearing the results of that. Because that's a huge difference. That opens up some avenues for exactly how much and how many and how large the panels will be.
Mm-hmm. But we do have some answers, like you said, coming in.
Oh, we
already.
do. We've got answers coming in. Let's check it out.
So KDOS says C, Los Angeles.
Los Angeles.
Sean following up with C as well.
Los Angeles.
Gaz says Hollywood,
Hollywood.
followed by C.
Los Angeles.
Go figure. San Angeles.
San Angeles.
According to Demolition Man.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well done to pick that one up.
And Josh coming in with C as well.
Los Angeles.
And Gaz says they should add the land back in.
Yeah, did you know that? You knew that.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so like the earliest iteration of the sign, it said Hollywood Land.
Hmm.
And then it fell into disrepair for a long time. And now, don't quote me on this, I want to say that the sign is maintained privately. Each of those letters is essentially bought and paid for, and that's how they are maintained and why they look so good now. Yeah, man.
Well, everybody that picked anything other than C, you're wrong. It is indeed Los Angeles.
Los Angeles. That's the Bugs Bunny way of saying it, by the way.
Yeah.
Los Angeles.
But yeah, it's in a neighborhood called Hollywood, the Hollywood Hills, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So it is a district in the central region of Los Angeles County, California. And sometimes they call it Tinseltown.
It's one of those landmarks that I feel like I need to see this once in my life.
Probably wouldn't hurt.
The last
it's just
time
a sign, but still, it's a cultural icon.
I've been to the West Coast
of
Canada. I've been to Vancouver, but I've never been in the Western United States. And we have friends of the show, our friends of the show. We have some friends, other podcasters down there that live on the West Coast. I would love to get down there and see those guys.
Mm-hmm.
Paul Marquez, Major Medina, you guys are out there. I'm talking about you. We'd like to come and see you at some point.
Mm-hmm.
We should probably
on the road.
Fandom Power, yeah, really on the road.
On the road.
West Coast road trip. What do you think about that?
San Diego Comic-Con.
San Diego has been on my bucket list for a long time. I'm having a hard time reconciling. Oh my gosh. Did you put this week's, did you put the announcement news?
I did.
We should almost lead with that because we're here on this subject right now.
It would be a good
I don't want to spoil it, but I struggle with with going to larger conventions because my wife and I make a weekend out of Niagara Falls Comic Con. One, it's a smaller show, so it doesn't trigger all the senses for me all the time, all at once. And if it does, it's easy for me to suck back and sort of separate myself from that
for a moment.
Yeah, yeah. Plus, we play tourist that weekend. So like for the two of us to go to the convention and to, do weekend passes this year 2024, we did speed passes, which were absolutely worth it.
Yes, they are.
It's like a $2,000 weekend.
It gets there.
So, it's been graciously, the offer has been extended by our friend Adam over at Go Figure to do a road trip to Joe Fest in Augusta, Georgia. I would really I so want to do that. I feel like that's the occasion where we're going to get face to face with a lot of the people that we know through this larger community. That being said, I just don't think I can swing two big weekends like that, especially with like the travel cost, the meals, and then of course the exchange.
And then we've already got one slotted in for next year.
You know me. Wow.
It's
we have one
gonna get
event.
Weird.
We have one event. I don't know. Not a convention.
No.
We do have an event. Have we told the people that?
I don't think so.
Andy and I we're going to a concert in 2025. Fingers crossed nothing gets canceled.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to see Weird Al.
Oh yeah.
I cannot wait. And it's funny. I'm taking this with me.
What are you bringing?
I think I mentioned this to you.
Oh.
I absolutely, because this is the closest, and I say this every year when I go to TFCon, they always ask, who do you want as a future guest? And I always say, I want Weird Al. Why did this fall off? Oh, because it's on this bike. I feel like the closest I'm ever going to get to Weird Al at a Transformer convention is this concert. So therefore, Rekgar is going with me.
Nice.
Rekgar is going to be going with me. I'm going to try and get myself a Cybertronic Spree t-shirt
Nice.
to wear. I might try to get him to autograph it if possible.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I cannot wait to see Weird Al. Anyway, conventions.
Mm-hmm.
I want to do them all. I can't lie. I want to do them all.
Mm.
I can't afford it, man.
Josh says, come to my part of Alabama. I'll show you the cotton fields and the cows.
Cotton fields and the cows.
We got lots of
man.
cows here, though.
Yeah. Not much cotton though.
No.
Unless you're wearing some right now. But.
Maybe.
Weird Al rocks. Yeah, this is the first show. I think he said the first show in 6 years where he's doing all of the parody hits with all of the costume changes. So
yeah, the last time he came through, it was the really intimate concert with all the really deep
cuts
for hardcore.
It had some crazy title, the self-indulgent
something
that was
tour.
That was the one. Yeah. Adam wants us to know Weird Al is the best concert you could have picked.
Now, I did see him 16 years ago at Rama, and it was friggin' amazing.
Oh man, 16 years. There's a lot of mileage in those years.
Uh-huh.
I imagine things would have changed somewhat. I mean,
well, there's Harley's 16 now. So.
Obviously, there's the aging process. So and that's a big thing for me. That is why I've made such a big push to go and see all these. Like I went to a lot of concerts this year because I've said it before. You just don't know if there's going to be another time around for some of your favorite artists, right? So I would just, I am really relishing these opportunities to go and see these folks. And so if I could swing it, if I could convince Kim, who's not particularly a G.I. Joe fan, but she is a convention fan, if I could convince her to go,
that's half the battle.
That would. Oh dear. I'm not even on the right button. Oh, we have our new groaner. Our new groaner is now officially this one.
Find the controls that extend the bridge.
And it's also a t-shirt on the Vert Shop. Yeah, saying what's everyone's favorite Weird Al parody?
My favorite Weird Al
so many
parody.
good ones.
Oh my gosh.
Adam says Yoda. Awesome song.
Yo, Yoda. I met him in the swamp down in Dagobah. Yes, I do like Yoda. I do like the one about and I don't even like the original song. This is funny. The one about there's a party in the CIA.
Yes.
I really like that one. I don't know why, but I do.
Gas says white and nerdy.
White and nerdy.
That's a good one too. I don't know that I could narrow it down to just one.
I don't know if I could either. Like you know him because of his parodies. Not gonna lie, like Dare to Be Stupid is probably the only original Al song that I know like actual lyrics to.
Inside and out.
Yeah.
Only because you watch Transformers a bunch.
Exactly. And I'm not afraid to admit that I don't know it all. I am so excited to go and see him. I just think that he's like a real treat.
He is.
Treat of a human being. Everything that I've seen with him in terms of like interviews and stuff, he just comes across like, he's like your favorite uncle and like a little old grandma all wrapped up into one, right?
Nice.
Yeah.
What's Adam saying here?
The Law and Order style cross-examination of Kim on why Joe Fest should happen is the best RonCon panel. Oh my gosh. That's going to be exciting.
Mm-hmm. But I suppose we should dip into our sad news first.
Oh dear. Okay. Yeah, we do. Let's get to that because this stuff always kind of this week gets me down a little bit.
It does, because we've lost a couple huge names.
And I have emotional connections to both of these ones this week. So this one gets me.
Well, Sean says, I like the movie that he did. I love UHF. I rewatched it not long ago again too.
Absolutely.
I want a sequel, but I don't know how they could do it.
The whole Dare to Be, one more thing. I'm just going to flex the Dare to Be Stupid one more time. There's a big connection here, right? So Al did Dare to Be Stupid on the 1986 Transformers movie soundtrack. For those of you who don't know, there's this Canadian cover band. They're called the Cybertronic Spree. They do the 1986 Transformers movie soundtrack in full Transformer costume, and it's amazing.
I met them at Fan Expo a few years
Yeah,
back.
yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
realize that's who I was talking to.
Well, when they're
'Cause
not
one
in
was dressed
makeup.
up as Hot Rod and the
Yeah,
other was
yeah,
RC,
yeah.
and I'm like, oh my god, that's amazing. And
That's
they're like,
right.
yeah, we're playing over here after this. We're Cybertronic Spree. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh,
Cybertronic Spree is one of the few bands during COVID I bought virtual tickets to a Cybertronic Spree concert
nice.
during the COVID years, and it was amazing. Now, the connection, why I must have a t-shirt. When the Cybertronic Spree did their version, they did a music video for their version of Dare to Be Stupid, and Al is in the video.
Nice.
He's in the video. So I feel
Can't
like
get a better stamp of approval than that.
yeah, that's the connection for me. So
Nice.
all right, I'm sorry. I've weirded out enough over Weird Al.
I will keep weirding out as we get closer.
All right, thank you.
Unfortunately, this week we lost Greg Hildebrand.
One half of the Hildebrands,
Mm.
predeceased by his brother
Tim.
Tim. They are absolutely, for those of you in the fantasy art world, they are absolute legends. In fact, I'm actually selling a sculpture that actually has a Hildebrand like mural on it.
The dragon?
Yeah. So that's Hildebrand artwork. Greg obviously is, if you didn't know, is the artist that did the big blue, this particular Star Wars painting, which has become synonymous with the franchise. Yeah. Age what? 80. It was oh my gosh, I gotta do the math on this one. I can't do it in my head.
I'm gonna say 80.
I can't do it in my head. I can't do it fast enough.
6, I believe.
It is election night. I'm gonna fact check you.
Please do. If I'm wrong, I want to be corrected.
Oh dear. Oh, 85.
85. Okay,
85, depending on the month. Could have been 86, depending on the month, I guess.
That's true.
Yeah, and I mean, for those of you who don't know, I've been a fan of like Dungeons and Dragons and role playing games for most of my adult life, since early teenage years.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been familiar with the Hildebrands' work for at least 30 plus years. Yeah, and it's, God, the thing with the visual artists though is like, they do live forever, the same way that like your favorite movies will live forever, therefore those people will live forever. Same thing. Yeah.
And like somewhere out there is the original hanging in someone's gallery, I'm hoping.
Oh man.
And not locked up in a box somewhere.
Would you like to see that at an auction?
Well, wouldn't like to pay for it though, but
no.
Well, yeah, apparently he had been battling ill health for a while, and
yeah.
Condolences to his family. And yeah.
Well, the other big loss this week,
huge in the music business.
Again,
and pop culture business.
That's what I mean. Like a pop culture icon. If you wanted, what's the what is it? The triple threat? Is that what they call it? Like when you get an actor, singer, dancer.
I think so.
Well, what do you call
a quadruple or
like
quintuple threat?
He's the total package, I think.
Yeah. Songwriter, composer, music, film, TV producer, Quincy Jones.
Yeah, Quincy Jones
passed away at the age of 91.
I just watched very recently the documentary special on the making of We Are the World.
Nice.
Like the one night they filmed it right after the Grammy Awards that year, because that's cool. Figured the only way they're going to get everybody in town at the same time. Yeah, and it worked out.
Mm-hmm.
It worked out, but oh man,
28-time Grammy winner.
Just 28.
Just 28. Nominated for a whole lot more. But,
just 28.
He's responsible for so much, like Michael Jackson's Thriller, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Color Purple. And then if you didn't know, he's also like a songwriter, Soul Bossa Nova from the Austin Powers series.
Right.
Like, this man was all over the place for decades.
You think of the number of careers that he helped launch or elevate to superstardom.
Yeah.
And he just rode the wave with it. I mean,
like he's collaborated with Michael Jackson, Frank Sinatra, Diana Ross, Aretha Franklin, Ray Charles, like huge names in the music industry.
To answer your question, Gaz, no, sir, not kidding.
No.
Sorry. I wish I was. Wish we were.
He passed away peacefully, surrounded by his family, though. So
Well, that's, I mean, I say this
As
all the
far as,
time, right? Like we could all be so lucky as to
go peacefully.
right. Whatever that, whatever that looks like, whether it's in your sleep or,
Yeah.
Just, yeah.
So condolences to his family and
For sure.
yeah. But, moving on here.
All right, let's drop a bomb.
George Lucas.
Let's drop a
dropped
metaphoric bomb because
He
this
dropped
one, this one caught me off guard, but I get a bit of a giggle out of it, and I can't wait. Can't wait to talk about it.
Yeah, so George Lucas apparently cut a bombshell out of the Star Wars Episode 1 Phantom Menace, and Liam Neeson was going to play the real Obi-Wan Kenobi who died.
Yeah, and in like the earliest sort of ideas for the story, the characters' names were reversed, and Ewan McGregor was actually Qui-Gon Jinn.
Yeah.
Which makes like it doesn't change the events of the movie, but
No.
how much weight does that add to the idea of
Taking
now
up someone's name?
Ewan McGregor takes on the mantle of his master and takes up his mission to train the chosen one. And all I can think about is, and suddenly
Rey Skywalker's not so bad.
the idea of Rey taking the Skywalker name is not so egregious anymore.
No.
And for everybody who ever bitched and complained about, well, that's just fucking bullshit. Well, there you go. From the mind of the maker. Eat it.
Yep.
It's another Weird Al for you. Eat it. Eat it.
But yeah, it would have changed things dramatically because, when he leaps over and, avenges his master by slaying Darth Maul for the first time.
I was thinking about some of the other little things like does it add new context to the line in A New Hope? Don't seem to recall ever owning a droid.
Mm-hmm. Especially when he wouldn't have. It would have been
Qui-Gon. The movie unfolds as we know it, and of course, Qui-Gon Jinn, as played by Liam Neeson, he was aware of R2-D2.
Yeah,
not in the same.
No,
maybe not in the same context as Ewan's character. Really, though, R2-D2 is his only shining moment is really saving the
ship when it gets
the Queen's ship. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Yeah. There comes a time when we heed a certain call, when the world must come together as one. Am I supposed to sing that?
Probably.
There comes a time when we heed a certain call, when the world must come together as one.
So we'll be offering on Patreon.
There are people dying. Oh, sorry. I can't. I really can't go all the way with this.
Oh, you could.
No.
You totally could.
I don't know all the lyrics.
Wes, the greatest hits.
Say what? Ewan was going to be Jin. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. Yep.
And he would have become Obi-Wan over the course of the film by the end. And
yeah, he would have taken up his master's mantle and mission. And that just makes me like, that tickles me in all the right places. I mean, we all accept, well, you and I anyway.
Yeah.
We're in it every week. So, the Star Wars fandom has a real reputation for being one of the
most fickle.
That's nicely saying it. That's real nice. Eat their own. Nobody hates Star Wars more than Star Wars fans, right? Like all of the cliches. They're cliches because they're true. But yeah, we've said it before, the current era of Star Wars is taking sort of the best elements of sort of the stuff that's come before and pulling it forward. So like to see that an idea that did stem from George Lucas has made it into, I mean, especially after all of the discussion surrounding, no, Lucasfilm didn't want to use any of his story treatments for the sequel trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
But that idea does have some merit to it.
It does. But we've also got more Star Wars news. And what's Kaz saying here?
He's saying, wait, I'm not going to read it. I'll just do it. We can't go on pretending day by day. There you go.
By the end of this episode, if you keep singing lyrics,
we're going to have the whole song, right? We'll be able to do that. We'll edit it down to
Wes is the world.
we are the world. Wes's one-man show. I am the world.
Guy says, "Woo!"
Yeah.
But yeah, more Star Wars news. We got our second full trailer here for Skeleton Crew, and if you haven't seen it yet, we can link to it in the show notes.
I am so
Goonies in Space is like doubling down on this.
Yeah, I love it.
They enter a giant treasure vault, and there's pirates, there's robots. It's awesome.
Treasure vault, and clearly, Old Republic credits.
Yeah, and like explicitly, where did you find those Old Republic credits?
Yeah, where did you find those?
But it's going to be a 2-episode premiere streaming on Disney Plus December 3rd, so 1 month away.
We had a big conversation on Sunday night. We talked about this at the end of our Ewoks episode, just sort of talking about the way forward, because hey, Skeleton Crew, Fandom Power presents Fandom Crew coming in December.
Mm-hmm.
That is our next review series. We have a few things lined up to carry us up till the premiere of that, which I hope you will all stick around for, because that's going to be a lot of fun. But we did talk about this on Sunday night with Hank, who was like initially really, really like
jarred.
Can I say, oh, that's nice. I was going to say distraught, angry at the inclusion of
the certain musical
Major Tom coming home being used in this trailer. And the big question is this just in the trailer, or is it going to be in the show? Because if it's in the show, it's potentially immersion breaking.
It could be.
To use, a modern Earth rock song, pop song, and then put some Star Wars language behind it. But for me, I thought it worked really well.
Yeah.
That in the context of the trailer, where it's a bunch of kids and they find a starship, when you look at the opening lyrics to Major Tom coming home, and it's like, the ship is ready, all systems go, are you? And I'm like, that is so perfect. And I love it.
Gaz says, down with the vile Ewok Empire, long live the Munchies.
I'm just curious to know, how many episodes did the Monchi show get?
Did they get a show?
Yeah, they did.
I know they got toys.
They did have they had an American cartoon in the 80s. Yeah. I was watching the trailer, as I've watched it a few times now.
Mm-hmm.
And this droid, we don't know this droid's name yet, do we?
No, I do not believe so.
I feel
we finally got his name, and we're going to reveal that a little bit later in the toy section.
I feel like the droid is voiced by Carl Urban. It sounds so much like his Billy Butcher voice from The Boys. And I wouldn't be surprised if it is. And if it is, I'm all for it. I made a meme out of the trailer this week.
Yes, you did.
We should show that. We've got it.
Have we got it here?
We do.
Oh, let's roll it.
I need you to take the controls.
Okay. Neil?
When you loan the keys to your classic car for the first time.
Don't crash it.
I thought that was funny.
Yeah. But we don't have too long to wait for this. I think it's going to be good.
We're talking the first week of December?
Yeah.
Yeah, first week.
So it should be a good, at the very least, it should be a good palate cleanser from anybody who is not happy with the Acolyte.
Well, and that's a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of people.
What's Gaz saying here?
Monchi-Chi's got 10 absolutely spectacular episodes.
10.
Wow.
They didn't even get a second season.
They didn't even get a full season.
Oh. Well, that's a full season by Netflix.
That is a full season by streaming standards. 10 episodes. Yep, you're good.
Yep.
Ewoks, 26 over 2 seasons.
Yeah, 13 and 13.
Although,
second season was split to 2 parts each.
As we already sort of hinted at, how different season 2 looks from season 1. Yeah, jarringly different.
But speaking of Ewoks,
we'll get to it eventually. Oh yeah,
and circling back to
what a great segue.
And still sticking with Star Wars.
Ewok convention?
Not quite.
Okay.
But
all right.
The first guest has been announced for next June's Niagara Falls
and
Comic-Con.
this is a reason enough.
If
you had no other reason to go to this convention, this particular guest is the sole reason. If they announced, if they said there's nobody else coming,
still worth it.
I would go just for this person.
Because life is short.
Oh.
And if you haven't guessed it already, It's Warwick Davis.
Yeah, I cannot wait. Speaking
Wicket
of
himself.
Speaking of Life is Short, did you watch that?
I did.
So
Awesome
good.
show.
Yeah.
Awesome show.
Didn't need a full season or a second season. It was short and sweet, like the Machi cheese themselves. Short and sweet, like a spare rib.
Yeah, but you don't tangle with the murder bears.
That's right. The murder bears would have just ate them.
But yeah, known for his roles in Willow, Wicket the Ewok in Star Wars, Leprechaun, Professor Flitwick in Harry Potter.
Yeah.
He's going to be at Niagara Falls Comic Con.
And the Ricky Gervais written Life is Short, where he plays a parody of himself.
Yeah.
It's so good.
But yeah, super exciting news there.
I'm a huge fan of his. And there's no, like, if you know anything about Warwick Davis, if you've watched, and I'm not just talking about his film and television work. He is like, Star Wars has made him who he is, and he's so aware of that and has his finger sort of on the pulse of that.
Yeah.
But like, even now in when was Celebration London? 2 years ago, 3 years ago?
I think so.
He was one of the hosts at Celebration, and he was an absolute treat. The way that he interacted with the guests on the panels and the fans, and yeah, I am super excited to meet him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to break the bank on that one, I think.
Another treat as you go to the movie theater, if you're going to Regal Cinemas for Moana 2.
Do we don't have Regal in Canada, do we?
I don't think so.
I don't think we do.
It might translate up here still.
Oh, I'm sure it will.
Because they've unveiled their Moana 2 popcorn bucket, which is the Wave.
I mean, are we supposed to make jokes about it?
I don't know how you can make jokes about this one. This one's pretty straightforward.
Has a big tongue.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
It's
right, it's a wave.
It's right in line with the scene in the movie, right? Like the ocean comes up and waves hello, and they're also doing a nacho tray.
Well, the nacho boat. The nacho boat's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's cool. I'd use the sail as like a knife. Oh wait, I could use the little rudder at the back, maybe.
Yeah, you could do that too.
You know, when you get it at the theater, it's not going to be arranged all nice like that.
Of course not. It's just going to be thrown in there.
Nachos are going to be smashed into a million bits.
Yep.
But honestly, I think it looks cool. I don't collect this stuff.
No.
But I can appreciate it for what it is.
And this year has been a big year for popcorn buckets.
Yeah.
Like you had the Dune sex toy,
you had
the alien head.
I feel like that's the one that just sort of like broke.
Kind of triggered it.
Yeah. Yeah, that kind of broke the mold for.
And there was the awkward Wolverine mouth one. Shades of Donald Trump there. What's guys saying here?
Well, I guess this popcorn bucket thing is a thing now. Gee, thanks, Dune.
I'm still curious to see how the Gladiator 2 one's going to work out with the virtual battle that takes place within the popcorn bucket.
Yeah, I'm sure it's just going to be a little video thing overlaid. McDonald's has already done some like virtual games where you get the thing with the kids' Happy Meal and you put it on the table and you put the app over top of it and a little character appears, but like it's not executed that well.
Room for improvement.
You don't actually need the physical thing. You don't need the thing.
The code.
Yeah, exactly. So I would presume it's going to be something similar, but
fair enough. This next one for fans of Golden Girls, they're releasing a set of Cards Against Humanity.
Oh yeah,
themed on the Golden Girls.
Cards Against Golden Girls. Yeah. I love that. A backstabbing slut.
Yup.
Anything.
No, I have yet to play Cards Against Humanity, but I've heard
good
things.
Oh my god! This okay. So I've played Cards Against Humanity and any number of the clones. The clones, yeah. Even the clone games use the same format. The questions are black. The answers are white. Is it too late for this? Like,
no.
Is there enough?
It's never too late for the Golden Girl.
This is what. Sure, I agree with you on that. But like, having played Cards Against Humanity, I feel like that's like we're about 5 or 6 years too late for the height and the hype that went with Cards Against Humanity. When Cards Against Humanity was at its height, you could not buy it at Walmart, at least not here in Canada. It was a specialty thing only.
Mm-hmm.
It's everywhere now. And that makes me feel like we've kind of
rounded the corner, maybe.
Yeah, we've perhaps jumped the Cards Against Humanity shark.
Maybe. Silver Spider says, "Love the Golden Girls. This would be hilarious."
I do agree. I
And-
think it will be funny.
Golden Girls is getting a lot of resurgence going, right? Like they had the NECA line of figures a couple years back.
Yeah, like twice.
Yeah. There's been rumors of a reboot series starring any number of actresses.
I just don't know. Look, I'm all for reboots and stuff. It's part of the zeitgeist. It's part of our collective consciousness. It's been in Hollywood since the beginning.
Mhm.
But like some things I look at and I scratch my head. Like have you seen the new Matlock?
Matlock. Yeah, I've seen the trailer.
So
Maddie.
yeah, but it's like the trailer acknowledges that the show,
And they're like, "You're like Matlock?"
like the TV
Yeah,
show,
exactly.
like they acknowledge the show. So like there's this meta thing where it's like, oh, your name's Matlock, like the guy from the TV show, but
Yeah.
but she's still got that small town sort of like
Yeah, swagger.
gumption. Can we
Mhm.
say that?
I think so.
So I don't
But
know.
It's Kathy Bates, right? So
Well, and I like Kathy Bates.
Well,
I think
she's
she's
awesome.
a great actress, but
just don't piss her off.
yeah. Well, the original Matlock wasn't my thing, so the new one really isn't either. But
Fair enough.
you get what I'm saying, though.
I
Like,
do.
not everything needs
Needs to be rebooted,
Yeah,
retooled, and
yeah,
brought
yeah.
forth.
You know what? Just fool me. Call it something else. Like it's
Like what was that? The new Baywatch.
I don't know,
It's like
but it's not called Baywatch.
no, it's not. But it's a bunch of hot young something lifeguards
Oh,
that
no.
go off and save.
No, I have
people.
no idea.
At least they don't solve crimes yet.
All right.
Can't remember the name of the show though.
I have no idea what that is, but yeah. Ugh.
Yeah.
Or just do what they do with all the other properties and turn it into a like a lowbrow comedy movie,
That could work.
which Baywatch also got turned into.
I like that movie. It was
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
Go the Rock.
Baywatch Nights? No,
No.
not that one.
No.
Uh,
But speaking of turning
no,
something into
Baywatch Nights with a K.
Oh, there you go.
Baywatch Nights.
Batman on a beach.
Oh, that's funny.
I'm the Huff. It could work.
No. Let the man retire.
No, never. He will never retire. But they probably should have retired this a while ago, but they're not. They're going full bore into the Poonaverse.
Well, we
And,
knew this was sort of happening.
We knew it was coming, but now we've got
Yeah.
something more concrete.
Yeah.
Fans of the Poonaverse, if you didn't know, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, has spawned a whole bunch of sequels and offshoots, and we got our first look at Pinocchio Unstrung, and he is a demonic-looking little puppet. It's awesome.
I dig that for what it is. I like that. I like the practical effect of I assume that's a workshop.
That is a workshop, and it does have the fully working Pinocchio puppet, and it's a video you get to go see on your.
Is he done like a full-on traditional marionette?
No, he's done like a full-on, animatronic.
Animatronic. Okay, all right.
And they have like I think it's a 23-second clip of him running through, expressions and looks,
Right.
and he looks creepy as hell. It's pretty good.
Well, I mean, we just had Halloween. This story would have been perfect a week ago.
It would have been.
It looks good. I'm not a fan of of this stuff, especially, I don't associate Pinocchio with Winnie the Pooh.
With evil.
I mean, it's interesting that they're trying to, shoehorn them together because, Disney, the giant empire that it is, has sort of ingrained that on our collective consciousness. But like, Pinocchio, the original Italian fairy tale.
But they did announce also that horror icon Robert Englund.
Oh yeah,
He
yeah.
has joined the cast of Pinocchio Unstrung.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And it's
I
also
thought he was sort of like hanging. No, he was hanging up Freddy.
kind of hanging up ready. Yes.
Yeah. Okay,
But,
it's still working.
Still working.
All right.
And then frequent Rob Zombie collaborator Richard Brake will be playing Geppetto.
Okay.
So yeah. But
Well, once it comes out, I'll ask you how it was.
yeah, I have yet to see Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey 1, so
Right.
I'm far behind on this, but we've got Blood and Honey 1, I think Blood and Honey 2, now Pinocchio Unstrung. There's also the Bambi one
Yep.
that we've
Yep.
seen the trailer for.
That's right.
But yeah, it's just expanding their whole universe. And
Do you think that they're, and I think I asked this before, but do you think that they are building towards a Avengers style?
I believe they are building towards an Avengers style crossover film.
All right. Silver Spider. I am not watching any of these. I love scary movies, but not ruining my childhood. I hear you on that, man.
Fair enough.
Follow up comment. Freddy is done. Yeah, that's what I thought.
But he can't be done. They need to do Jason versus Freddy 2.
Why?
Why not?
This is going to end up with Pinocchio in space, isn't it?
Well, I think Winnie the Pooh will go to space first. Come on. And that happens in what, like the 10th installment? That's when Jason went to space.
Yeah, Jason.
Mind you, Leprechaun went to space in 4. Or 4 or 5.
I think by the time, like there was only so much you could do though with the Jason thing.
Yeah.
Like it ran its course. And so, but again, it's, and maybe that's where the Fast and the Furious franchise has sort of taken its cues from, is the horror movie genre, where it's like, what do you do when you hit like 10 movies? Okay, we go to space. Do you know what I mean? Like we've gone, we're going to plaid. We've passed ridiculousness, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Speaking of ridiculous, this one is not. It's actually real. It's fun.
Oh, this will be
their debut album has dropped.
More meaningful probably to our Canadian fans.
Absolutely. The debut album from Bubbles and the Shit Rockers.
Jesus Christ, Ricky.
Long Hauler is now available to stream at the link we've posted in the show notes.
That's hilarious. Probably spent. I love that the photographer's in the fucking picture.
It's so awesome.
That's so Trailer Park Boys. Don't even try to take him out.
No. And quoting it, it says it's got a lot of songs about cats, a lot of songs about drinking, and a whole lot of shit rocking. So head on over to this site and stream some Bubbles and the Shit Rockers. You will not be disappointed.
We talked about this before, but just to remind everybody that
this
Bubbles
is like an accompanying soundtrack to the upcoming film.
Yeah, the actual actor,
Mike Smith.
Yeah, Mike Smith legitimately is a seasoned guitar player, was in a rock band that had some limited success here in Canada. So like he's the real deal.
Yeah.
Even though, he's made a career out of
being Bubbles.
Jesus Christ, Ricky.
Holy fuck, Ricky.
I mean, but you got to shove your jaw forward. Try doing that for how many hours
seasons?
a day? Oh my God. I'm surprised he's not injured from doing it.
Nah. But that does bring us to some toy news.
All right, man.
So we've got a couple more that were revealed at Comic-Con London.
That's the one.
And first up, we have from the Star Wars Black Series, Pod Racer Sebulba. Poodoo. Looks all right.
He does not look like Poodoo.
No, he's got good looking articulation. He's got some accessories there, including his little racing helmet. Visor thing,
his leather cap, I guess.
Mm-hmm. As well as the frog that he stole off Jar Jar.
Well, he didn't steal it per se. It was
didn't Jar Jar do the tongue thing to steal it, and then Sebulba stole it off him?
Well, it was Jar Jar picked it off like a vendor's stall, and then it was like it was on a string. He snapped the string, and then it was like Qui-Gon or somebody basically gave him trouble.
Yeah,
and it's like, you're gonna pay for that, and it's like 10. What he says, 10 whoopee whoopee, and he's like whoopee whoopee.
Mm-hmm.
And then he spit it out, and it landed on Sebulba's table.
Mm.
And then at the end of the scene, Sebulba picks it up and bites the head off. What I find interesting, and Black Series, we could talk about Black Series a lot. In fact, we're going to, because that is our next Sunday night thing. We're talking Back in Black series with special guests as we look at Star Wars: The Black Series one wave at a time. But like Sebulba here, he's a small character.
He is.
Like he's a short character. So
he should have almost been packed into a 2-pack or something with Odie Mandrell.
That would have been a good idea. I like that idea, but like having the racing cap with the goggles and the frog makes up our basic figure price point.
Yeah.
That's what that is. Because like it or not, that's 2 accessories, and most basic figures come with 1 accessory.
Yep.
Whether it's a blaster, I guess.
Get your shit together, Black Series. Come on.
Capes count too. So 1 to 2 accessories. I guess they do.
And then meanwhile, you go over to Marvel Legends, you're getting like multiple hands, heads, and a Build-A-Figure piece.
Yeah. I know. Where is my Build-A-Figure Star Wars?
Yep. But he's not the only one they revealed. They also revealed Shakti.
Jedi Master Shakti, who's had what 3-4 different deaths
At least
in the franchise now.
we're not sure which one's the real one. Maybe she just regenerates, or
I like this figure. Togaruda Jedi Master. She was on the council at least during Attack of the Clones. She looks good. She looks
like
good
she's
here.
got some cloth goods going on here, and
Yeah. Like a bunch of it.
Her lightsaber, which is her one accessory.
I mean, there's this to me. I don't know what's underneath that skirt, but I'm guessing
like something posable. Like it's not like the Darth Maul puffy pants.
I kind of wonder. Like Ayla Sakura had like the little short midriffy thing. I don't know if maybe the Ayla Sakura torso. Maybe it's the Ayla Sakura body with a bunch of soft goods and recolored. I don't know. I'd have to take another look at it. I didn't get Ayla Sakura, so I don't know for sure. But I'm all for having more Jedi on my shelf. She looks great.
Well, if you get her, you got to get this next one too.
Yeah.
Jedi Master Luminara Unduli.
Spit that one out.
Yep.
Yeah. Master Luminara Unduli.
Not Barasafi.
Who looks... Can you go back to Shakti for a second? And flip ahead? I almost thought they had the same boots on.
Almost. Well, they got a similar style front decorative piece.
The baldric?
Maybe.
I think that's what that's called, a baldric.
I do not know. But she also comes with her one accessory being her lightsaber.
I was talking to my friend about this figure. I showed a picture of it and I was like, nun Jedi? Jedi nun? What's going on here? This almost certainly means that Barriss Offee is in the wings. We have to get the Padawan Barriss Offee to go with Luminara. They show up in Attack of the Clones in the arena at Geonosis, and they look pretty cool. We don't see much of them after that. I mean, Luminara comes back in a later arc when they creepily reanimate her dead body. And of course, Barriss Offee goes on to have a
mental breakdown.
Yeah, we can call it that.
Yeah.
But she looks great. And yeah, these two are and potentially Sebulba are on my I think I want them list.
There you go.
I did a count today. Sorry, not today. Yesterday I counted.
And
including the 2 figures on the floor that I have yet to open.
Grand total
249. 249 Black Series figures in my collection, not including the Wampa, a Tauntaun, and the Imperial probe droid. So, yeah.
Nice.
I have a problem.
First step is admitting you have a problem.
No, I have a passion. I have a passionate problem.
There you go.
I'm going to have more.
Gotta have more. This next one might not be up your alley just because it is from the vintage collection. But it does reveal a little bit of information about the Skeleton Crew.
Okay.
Jod Nanawood is our first vintage dude from that one, which is the character played by Jude Law.
So we have, I should have sent this to you. There is official photographs.
Oh,
yeah, there are Black Series photos for him as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's getting a Black Series release, as are like 3 of the kids, including Neil.
Oh, gotta have Neil.
And the Wolfman pirate.
Okay.
Yeah. I think they have groups for that.
Yeah.
Do they have Action Figure Anonymous?
I don't know.
We call it. I know alcohol.
Maybe that could be one of the panels at RonCon.
It can't be. I mean, AA is already taken.
It is.
So what do we call Action Figures Anonymous?
AFA.
Plastic Anonymous?
AFA.
PA. No, that doesn't sound right either.
Action Figures Anonymous.
I don't know. Oh.
PAR. Plastic Recovery.
Silver Spider's got it right. Hello, my name is Wes, and I have a Star Wars problem. The problem is, I don't have all of them.
They're not Pokemon. You don't gotta catch them all.
You don't gotta catch them all. No, and you know what? I have curbed. When the Black Series started in 2013, I was a completist. I needed to have them all. I don't need to have them all anymore because of some of the. We have sublines within the line. We have the Gaming Greats line. We have the Archive series, and then some other stuff going on. I don't necessarily need them all.
But it'd be nice.
I don't care for the holiday ones. So
or the Holocron.
No, I don't. The Holocom pieces, the ones with the
little light up base
puck,
yeah,
a bounty puck. I've seen a good use for those. people are using them as repaints. I saw Holocom Axe Woves get repainted into the Mandalorian Judge, and it looked pretty cool.
Nice. But sticking with Star Wars and the Vintage Collection,
sure,
we also get Vintage Collection Chopper in his Imperial disguise.
Oh, I like that.
It's not bad.
I like that. That's such a simple repaint too.
Yeah.
Why didn't we get that in the Black Series yet?
Well, maybe they're just testing.
We probably will.
Here.
We probably will.
Yeah.
No, because the vintage collectors need something to, like we have it and you don't.
That's true. But they have also got a couple more coming out of London Comic Con.
Okay.
Including Lieutenant Callahan.
Okay. Can I just? This is where I lose.
Yep. Dive in.
Why does this one? No, sorry. I watched this. I went back and I watched this episode specifically so I could count. This character appears in one episode, has 4 lines of dialogue, and gets an action figure before Paul Sung Lee.
That's just sacrilege.
How does this character, this nobody character, deserve an action figure before Carson Teva?
Likeness rights? I don't know.
No.
He's just holding out to deal.
Absolutely not. We just saw Paul was on Katie Sackhoff's podcast recently.
That's true.
And they had this conversation, and even Paul was like,
what the hell?
Characters that don't even have a name. Mandalorian Privateer. 2 action figures. Like, it's weird. And Katie says to him, well, when you got the job, did you get the thing? And he's like, yeah, I got scanned like everybody does. Everybody that works on Star Wars now gets scanned because they know
eventually there will be an action.
Toys are coming.
Yeah, but just think how much that one's going to go. Like, that's going to be a highly sought after figure.
The Carson Teva?
Yeah.
If and when. And it's an easy redo.
It is.
How many times I can see right now the Luke Skywalker X-Wing pilot action figure. 1, 2, there are 3 different characters based on that body.
Nice. What's one more?
What is another one?
True.
It's bullshit. And I love Star Wars. And I actually like this look. I like the blue pilot, the jumpsuit. I like the fact that she's the
E-Wing pilot.
E-Wing pilot. I love the new E-Wing design. So I can sort of forgive it for that, but I do take exception. Like, well, I guess I do take exception. I do scratch my head at why this choice now and not.
Because Carson's going to be a big Christmas seller.
We don't even get this character's name spoken in the show.
No, you don't.
Like the only reason I know this is Lieutenant
Callahan
is because 1, it was in the credits, and 2, it's on the packaging of this action figure.
Yep.
But like Carson Teva is basically the new, I hate to say it. He's the new Gina Carano. He's the new Ranger of the Republic. Come on. This guy deserves more.
He's lovable.
Don't treat my boy like shit.
That's right.
Paul's legit, by the way. He is a member of the 501st Legion, the Toronto Garrison.
Mm-hmm. But they also announced another one at the same time as this one.
Yep.
Aura Singh is getting a vintage collection figure.
I like Aura Singh for a character that got basically 2 seconds of screen time in the Phantom Menace. She kind of had that like Boba Fett mystery about her. Like, oh, who is that?
The only thing I don't like is the antenna on her head.
She's a cyborg.
I know, but
yeah,
it's kind of inconvenient.
It's how she hunts Jedi.
Yeah.
Also, she's got that. She's got this thing. I don't know if you can tell with this action figure. You can on her Black Series figure. Her fingers are longer than a human being. She has long
for
fingers.
A better trigger finger.
Yeah.
But that does bring us to the end of the Star Wars stuff, though.
That's okay.
But
I'm sure we can talk about McFarlane for another month and a half.
Yeah, we can. We're not there yet.
Oh, okay. Something in between?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
From Super 7, but through Hasbro.
What?
Transformers Reaction figure arc playset.
No.
So it gets you Optimus Prime and Megatron in front of 2 interchangeable backgrounds. One being the arc, one being like the Star Wars.
So just art. That's the back of the box art for the G1 boxes. I'm okay with the plastic piece, but the backdrop is a cardboard thing, right? And I mean, that is straight up. I know that is a hallmark of play sets in the 70s. I mean, Palatoy in the UK did an entire Death Star made of cardboard, and that satisfied kids for
a couple weeks,
for a bajillion years. But the price point of a reaction figure in 2024, I'm not convinced that this is aimed at children. Like, to me, this is still, and it's G1 Transformers. Who are the big G1 Transformer fans?
You.
My age, our age group.
I'm getting to the point, though, toys are not made for kids anymore.
Well, kids don't have any interest in toys.
No, they want cell phones and iPads.
Yeah, and video games.
Whatever the latest technology is.
Right. Don't get me wrong. The two of these figures are definitely, you can tell that they're steeped in the cartoon sort of look. But as a play set, it's less of a play set and more of a backdrop.
It is. This looks more like the cardboard backdrop from the original Star Wars.
That's
where you would like
the early bird set. That's exactly what it
exactly.
reminds me of. That's totally what it reminds me of. And there's room there on the base for more figures. So
for sure.
Yeah.
Getting more use and switching over to McFarlane.
Yeah.
They're reusing that Superman 78 head already.
That's what I thought too when I saw this. I'm like, oh, we've got the likeness rights. We better squeeze everything we can out of it.
Yeah, it is a new Page Punchers 7-inch Superman based on the 78 comics.
Wait, they're selling that as a Page Puncher?
Page Puncher 7-inch. So there is a difference. This is a full 7-inch figure, not the little, 2.5-inch guy.
Yeah.
But it does come with a comic book. Pre-order launches on November 8th for this one. So if you missed the other version of the 78, you'll get a second shot.
Is it Page Puncher just because it has a comic?
Believe so.
But is it essentially the figure that we already saw, like
with that weird comic
the cell shading kind of shadowing?
Mind you, the logo on this one is more comic accurate.
Yeah, this is the fixed logo.
Yes, not the derpy one from the actual movie.
I like it this way when it looks crisp and not bent, weirdly bent out
I
of
could
shape.
see people taking both figures and kind of cannibalizing them, putting two together just to get that logo.
I can see someone taking this figure and just like taking the shading off of it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like that to me, I think is probably relatively easy to do for those in the customizing world.
Yeah, but again, soft goods cape and.
I'm still on the fence. Like, I haven't seen the Reeve Superman in stores yet.
No,
so I kind of feel like I might actually need to get it.
Well, it is a classic piece.
Yeah, but then what do I do with my? No, I just keep it. That's what I do.
You keep it.
I keep the Hot Toys one. Yeah.
And it can be his little brother. But there is also a Batman coming from McFarlane. Why wouldn't there be? Gold label and based on Detective Comics number 587.
Yep.
7-inch figure includes a swappable posed cape and a wired soft goods cape.
Is this an issue that McFarlane drew?
I don't think so.
I don't like it's
a very stylized blowy cape.
We're getting two, it looks like.
Yeah, you get the stylized plastic one and then the wired soft goods.
Oh, okay.
You also get 4 extra hands, a batarang, a rebreather mask, and Scarface's puppet's head.
Like, could we take the pointy shoulders off and say this is just an upscaled version of the Toy Biz?
Maybe.
Do you remember the 89 Batman?
The Legends of Dark Knight?
Yeah. That's what that is.
Pretty much.
Yeah. It's supposed to be Michael Keaton, but we all know.
Yeah. Also comes with an environmental base and an art card. So I'm guessing you get that little
don't get me wrong. Batman is like
eagle
is undeniably one of the coolest comic book characters ever made. And so, like, yes, absolutely. He deserves every figure that he ever gets. But like,
come on, Todd, there's more than just Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman.
I wasn't aware of it until we started doing this. Just how
many Batmans he's leaned
prolific this has gotten. Like, it's almost out of control.
Yeah.
Somebody rein him in.
Well,
Jesus.
He did do this next one. But technically this is a repaint with a little bit of an upgrade.
Okay.
Swamp Thing from the Planet Ron, which I have not read, but he's all red and
is this the oversized?
Yes, this is a mega figure.
Yeah.
It includes alternate fist hands, figure display base, and an art card. But yeah, it's basically red Swamp Thing with like flowers.
Is that a thing, man? We get like Red Hulk, Red Swamp Thing. Like
Maybe.
I'm not familiar enough with the
I
character
am
to
not
know
familiar
sort
enough
of
with
the
this
origins.
version. But
Yeah, I just don't know.
He looks okay.
As an action figure, I think it does look okay. I appreciate sort of the God. It almost looks like in red. It doesn't look like plants. It looks like barnacles and starfish
True.
all over him.
And it may well be. I don't know what the
the
vegetation is like on this planet, but
can you say Monstar?
yeah,
That's what he looks like too.
But then shifted back over to Batman, we are getting the Batmobile from Batman and Robin.
Oh, really?
Figure not included. So you had to go get your Clooney bat.
I know. I hope, to be honest, I would like to see them doing. I know they do new stuff every week. I'd like to see the movie Bats reissued because they just didn't. There wasn't
that
enough of them.
Six-pack was hard to come by.
Yeah, and then the individually boxed figures have been
sporadic, to say the least.
Yeah, I've seen Bat Girl, and that's it. Everything else gone.
I've seen the Riddler. I've seen.
Oh, I did. I saw that, the Jim Carrey one. Yeah. Silver Spider says, I started getting McFarlane's stuff, Mortal Kombat, but there was so many same characters with slight color differences. I quit. That is a hallmark of the toy industry, reissues and repaints. That how do we squeeze 16 characters out of the same mold?
They did that Spawn mold for the Mortal Kombat line, and they released him in normal paint, negative version. Then they did him with a sword, with an axe, and then I don't know how many other versions.
Most famously, Masters of the Universe, right? Had like just a swappable set of parts that they Franken made how many different characters out of.
Yep.
And I can stomach that. You change one accessory, it's a new guy. You change.
But they change the color and everything too.
Well, absolutely, but it's not like a straight up. Well,
like
I guess in some ways it is. I mean, the Man-at-Arms body is the He-Man body.
Yeah.
But it was done to such good effect.
Kid me never realized that Beast Man and Moss Man were the same.
Same figure, yeah.
Or for that matter, Stinkor and Merman.
And I wonder, is there another action figure line out there that's ever done it as good?
No.
I don't think so either. I really don't. No. Repaints are good in the right circumstances, in the right context, but I definitely feel your frustration with like, I just can't keep up with this.
Yeah.
That's why I don't need every Mandalorian, right? Like most of them are either on the Django body or they're like, another Din Djarin. This time he's got a knife. Okay.
Now with new belt.
Yeah. Now with a soft goods cloak. Oh,
yeah. But this next one is another from the larger Page Puncher line. This one is a 6-inch Red Hood. And
I've seen this
heavily based on the Batman The Adventure
Continues. Oh, absolutely, yeah. I've seen this line already in stores, and it looks okay. I don't know why they decided to rescale the animated stuff.
Yeah,
like some of the first figures when McFarlane started got the license were Batman and Superman from their respective animated series. They're full 7-inch figures.
Yep, and now there's like 5-inch versions, 6-inch versions.
Right. Yeah, they seem to be sort of staying at this, like, what is this? You said 6-inch.
This one is, yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like the animated series line, they've sort of settled into that 6-inch. That's sort of the way that it's going to be sort of going forward. Certainly the Terry McGinnis and the Old Man Bruce are that scale. So this would kind of fit in with that.
Yeah, but he comes with a reprint of one of his more iconic books. I can't remember which one it is because they don't list it, but it is Red Hood based. This next one, it is also the large Page Punchers. This is now a 7-inch one, based on the Dawn of DC. It is Shazam.
I like that.
It's a good looking Shazam.
I like the portrait on that. Looks
to be a soft goods cape, and
as it should be.
He's literally jumping right off the page. This one is.
Is he? Oh no, I guess, is he articulated?
Yeah.
What's going on there? Like they've almost looks like they've smoothed over the hip joints.
Could be. Like,
did they do that just for the photograph?
Maybe. They do
have barely make out. Right? Well, you can barely make out the joint there at where the groin meets the leg. I do like that though. It is a good looking figure.
One more from McFarlane this
week.
All
right, yeah.
Definitely not up your alley. This is the Blacklight Edition Gold Label Clown from Spawn.
Nope, that is definitely not for me.
It's different. If you like clowns, especially terrifying clowns, this one might be up your alley. But
even if I collected Spawn, nope.
Fair enough. It's a 7-inch scale figure. Features the Blacklight Glow deco. Includes a backpack rocket launcher, a knife, razor blade, alternate hands, art card, and a stand, and battery-powered blacklight base.
Oh, that's cool.
That's a nice addition.
Cool. That being said, even though this isn't for me, I would put this guy in with the 80s cartoon Beetlejuice figures any day.
Yes, he would fit right in the way.
That's what I mean. It's what he looks like. Yeah. He just came right out of Beetlejuice.
But, moving over to NECA, we get another one from the last Ronin, the Sinja Commando and Mousers in 7-inch scale.
Yep.
And this one, it comes with how many did they say it came with here?
8.
8 different Mousers.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And 4 of them are just like little ball type Mousers, but
well, like that one looks like a full on like arachnid spidery looking
2
thing.
Dog looking ones, 2 spider ones, and then 3
and a football.
And a football.
You got a football.
Yeah. But you also get a alternate head, alternate hands. It is a bit misleading because the package art has 3 of them lined up together, so you think maybe you'd be getting 3. But no,
three figures.
But you're only getting one of the Sinjas.
But the message is already planted.
Yeah,
buy more.
Exactly. Like they say right in the solicit. If you're going to army build, it comes with all these extra Mousers and.
Right, but I mean, they were obviously a major force within the story, right? So it's an appropriate F that clown. Yeah, man. It would be an appropriate character to army build.
Mm-hmm. Apparently, you're going to get this first at Best Buy, and then it'll roll out elsewhere.
Wait, Best Buy is now entrenched enough in the toy business that they get an exclusive?
I think so. They've been getting toys for a while now.
When I was still in the business, I did get solicited by their team to join the Best Buy
third-party sellers
marketplace, and I couldn't do it for what they wanted. I couldn't go for it.
All good.
If I was a multi-million, $1 million business, maybe, but not at the size that I was operating at.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't associate. I know that they do, but I just don't associate Best Buy with toys. And I have a hard time making that.
It's more their website than their store, because you go in there and I don't think you find toys.
No, and a lot of it though is still.
I miss going to there when you could actually find stuff.
It is I find
CDs,
stuff.
DVDs.
Okay, well that kind of stuff, sure, but it's still a good place for electronics. In fact, this camera I bought at Best Buy.
There you go.
Yeah.
But sticking with NECA here, we get the next one. It is Silence of the Lambs, masked Dr. Hannibal Lecter.
That's right. You won't be chewing on anybody.
Yeah. This one, there is pretty much zero articulation other than the neck joint. And he's got 3 heads and the mask, which is removable.
Is the figure removable from the dolly?
I don't think so. Unless those straps are actually legit straps, but I can't see them being that way.
You know what? I'm not sure I'm sold on this. I would like to see the price point for this.
Yeah. I mean, if you're trying to recreate the entire movie, yeah, you will need this one.
I get it that the 3 heads are obviously, and NECA is good for that, like hands and heads.
Yeah.
You'll always get like at least a couple of things, but like 3 heads, I don't know if I needed 3 heads.
Well, he's got like
4 really
angry,
with the mask.
The happy, the mask.
Is it 3 or 4? Because
I think the mask might be its own head.
If the mask,
4 heads.
Okay, 4 heads. That's definitely making up the price point. So I'm guessing that this is going to cost the same price as a regular Ultimate figure.
Yep.
Well, that's going to be at least $55.
Yep. For a
what amounts to
the wheels will probably roll.
Well, but for what amounts to a slug figure.
Basically.
No, I can't do it.
Yeah.
Again, that's me though, and I'm sure a Silence of the Lambs
There is
fan,
a market for this somewhere.
Right. A Silence of the Lambs fan who really, really loves this movie might look at that and go, it's worth it. It's worth it.
Yeah.
And I agree with that. Like, if it's worth it to you, it's worth it.
Yeah.
If it's not, it's not.
Mm-hmm.
When I go to Best Buy, they have a section and kind of a good selection. However, I always have everything they have.
Really?
Not so here in Canada.
No.
The one that's closest to us,
Peterborough.
zero, like nothing toy related.
No, they don't even have a section for it.
They have, oddly enough, they have they have a small streaming podcasting section now.
Oh.
And it is woefully underserved.
Fair enough. But that does bring us to the end of our toy news.
All right, man.
So I guess that means it's time for our next section.
Oh dear, here we go.
This is track number 2 on Wes's greatest hits.
What? All right, you know what? It's time for
Lyrics. It's misheard lyrics. Lyrics. It's misheard lyrics. Tonight.
Nice. Telling you, by the end of the show, we might have an album.
16 songs on 42 CDs. Call now.
Call right now, and we'll give you an extra copy to gift away to a friend. But no, tonight's misheard lyric.
Oh dear.
Let's find out if everyone knows this one. Talk about pooping. Got a coupon.
Okay. As always, we are looking for the correct song title of this misheard lyric, and we'll play the sounder and we'll check in with your answers in just a minute. I can hear the crickets in the room, man.
No takers yet. Oh, Gaz coming in.
Oh dear. Is that the actual spelling? Is that what that says? Because talk about a misheard lyric. I've never understood what the hell he was singing. Like
Eerie.
Elisen. Is that a name?
Maybe.
Elisen. Down
the road.
I feel like you're making that up.
I don't know.
I could be wrong.
Mister, they were real.
The band was, yeah.
Take these broken wings.
Well, that is not the lyric we are looking for,
No,
but
it
I
is
do
not.
appreciate the enthusiasm.
Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. All in for all in?
Yeah, really, last chance.
Josh thinks it's a Disney song.
Think it's a Disney song. Oh, that is an interesting, with the colors in the background.
Yeah, that could be. Well, I will say it is not a Disney song, but it has featured in another popular children's property.
It has?
It has.
I know it's been covered.
This was not a cover.
No, this is the original, but I know this song has been covered.
True.
And the cover was a pop hit too. All right. Do you want to do the...
Well, let's see. What's Gaz got? One more
Oh,
shot.
I guess so. I always thought it was Kiri lays a laser down the road. I was travel.
There you go.
Oh my God. That's amazing.
But no, tonight's is actually talk about moving. Gotta move on. Funky Town by Lips Incorporated.
Lips Incorporated. Oh my dear. Oi, my wife is here.
Oh,
look at that. I may have gotten a clue earlier, so I won't say. That is very, very kind of you, my darling. Thank you so much. No, it is Lips Inc. and Old Funky Town, which got It got
featured in Shrek 2.
Yeah, and then covered by Pseudo Echo. Pseudo Echo back in the 80s. If you don't remember the original, it sounds like this. I don't know if I like this one better than the cover, to be honest.
Fair enough.
But it's cool.
this one grew on me. The
Now,
South Park.
wait. I got a question. Is it a funk song or is it a disco song?
I would say funk, because after that it kind of does break into Funky Town, right?
It does, yeah. Oh, I've never heard that one. Oh, really? Yeah, this one was like on a lot of like late 70s compilation, like
originally
from KTEL Records.
Yeah. Originally though, it was the second song released on their album Mouth to Mouth.
Oh dear.
Yeah, so Lip Sync, Mouth to
Lip
Mouth.
Sync,
Why
Mouth
not?
to Mouth. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
They are apparently they're classified as an American
disco funk. Oh
So,
wow.
bordering like right on that.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Precipice of both. Oh, Gaz says disco.
Oh, disco. Going for disco.
Definitely starts off at disco, but no, they used it on an episode of South Park. Gaz's mom had the LP.
My mom had the LP. What do you know?
And Towley actually gets on it, and he's sitting there trying to punch in a code for a security access. He's like, just a second. Doot, doot, doot.
Oh,
and
right.
Like, doot, 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 doot.
The keypad.
And he's like, that's it. And they're like, what, the code? And he's like, no, the melody to Funky Town. But yeah, so no winner this week, even though we got a whole batch of
oh my gosh,
we've swag to give away.
We stocked up, and going forward, it's going to be our choice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
there's just too many choices.
That's true. Yeah, stickers for everybody.
Yeah,
but you got to win. You got to win. You got to win them. Oh, I was thinking that movie, that Move It song.
Oh, that's
I like to move it.
That was Madagascar and King Julian by Sacha Baron Cohen doing a cover of Reel to Reels. I like to move it.
Yeah. Which version do you like better?
Reel to Reel.
Oh, I kind of like the King Julian one.
Fair enough. Mind you, I have a fond memory. I actually went to a Music World when I was in driver's ed years and years ago.
Oh dear, Music World.
Bought the CD
when Music World was a thing.
Yeah. But this next thing, we've been kind of waiting to talk about it. We're getting really close.
Oh dear, yes,
to being able to.
Yeah.
Because they went to Entertainment Weekly and gave them some first look images.
Funny, it looks awful familiar.
It does, and the title is locked in. No problem there. We are getting it on your way. We've got a perfect one picked out.
You know what's funny? It is coming. It's late, but it's late for a good reason. We knew that we were getting new ones, and we held back because we have one that's way more appropriate just for you, Josh.
Your alley.
Just for you. So that one will be sent out here shortly because we just got them this week.
But this came out this week as well. And Welcome to Derry is now giving our first look.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you and I walked past that car.
Actually, I went through our photos today, and yes, that car is in our photos.
Yeah,
in the background there.
I thought as
shot.
much. Yeah.
But Welcome to Derry is going to be coming out in 2025. And, you know, Andy Muschietti and Barbara Muschietti co-created and produced the original, or not the original, the 2017 and 2019 It Chapter 1 and 2.
The reboot of the Stephen King.
Yeah. But they're giving more details now. This new series inspired by one of the main characters from the film, Mike Hanlon, and his interludes from the book, where he goes around and talks to the old timers and gets some of the other stories and whatnot from Derry.
Right.
But this one, it's going to take place with adult Mike visiting his father in the hospital where he's suffering from cancer. And as they spend time together, his father, Will Hanlon, starts telling him the tale, previously kept secret from his son.
Yeah.
So, it follows how him and his comrades from the Air Force open up a nightclub in Watering Hole called the Black Spot, which is like dead on to the book.
Right.
Place for black patrons. And, one horrible night, the members of the Maine Legion of White Decency, which is a bunch of
sounds pretty obvious.
Racist arseholes.
Yeah. I was going to say that's kind of what it sounds like.
They basically go out to the club, and because it's for a black only club, they burn it to the ground and try and lock everyone in the nightclub.
That's horrific.
It is a horrible sign, but it does lead Mike to finally find out that it did just show up for them. It has been there for a long,
time. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So,
do we have a premiere date on this?
I don't believe we
Nothing
have a
yet,
premiere
eh?
date
We
yet.
don't have a premiere date. Okay.
But
Okay.
2025 HBO Max is the place to be.
I'm telling you, the day that this comes out, we drop all our photos at the same time.
Yeah.
Just say, "Hey, we were there.
We were there. Here's our time. We met the director.
We did, yeah. It was
I met him
very
twice.
cool. He remembered you.
He did, which was
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah.
So I am looking forward to that.
All I
because
did was shake his hand and talk about the Flash.
I felt like a goof though. I was wearing a Superman hat.
And you're like,
So
you're him. You. Yeah, you're him. I think so.
yeah,
Starstruck.
I was.
You were. I was there, man.
I get that way though.
Yeah, that's true. You're true. No, F that effing clown in the sewer.
Well, he's going to take on a whole bunch of other formats here, like the giant black bird or the raven, I guess it is.
Yeah.
Lands over the black spot.
You know what I feel about sewer clowns, right?
No.
Find the controls that extend the bridge.
What? Let him in?
No.
Extend that bridge.
Remember, that's our.
Yeah, that's true. What's Josh saying here?
I want to get the new Reeves Superman. I don't have any Superman stuff.
Well, it's a good one to get.
I'm not a huge. I love Superman. I love the idea of Superman. I love what Superman embodies and what he represents. I haven't read every Superman comic. In fact, I've only read just a handful trade paperbacks, but I'm in love with the character. I've loved every movie. And I just got that McFarlane, the one they sold as classic Superman. He's got a smile. He's got this upturned smile on him. And I'm like, how can you not love that about that figure with the little curly Q and a smile? I bought it. I was starstruck when I met Captain Power at Joe Fest. Yeah. I would be starstruck for Captain Power too.
I wouldn't.
No?
No.
You didn't watch Captain Power?
Not that much.
Oh, it's too bad. That show was written really well. Yeah. I've only seen the cartoon and the movie, no comics. Oh, well, that's cool.
Comics are getting right now.
Speaking of the cartoon, don't write this one off. If you weren't aware of this, I highly recommend you seek out and watch the Ruby Spears Superman cartoon from the 80s. You will not be disappointed.
Josh.
Do you know who you are?
Been there, done that. Good news if you missed Deadpool and Wolverine in theaters, November 12th, it will be streaming on Disney Plus.
November 12th. That is the day after
Remembrance Day.
What is it? It's not Remembrance Day in America. It's Veterans Day, Memorial Day.
Maybe.
It's one of the two.
I'm not 100% sure. But, highest grossing R-rated movie of all time.
It is Veterans Day.
There you go.
In America. Remembrance Day for those of us in a Commonwealth country. And we are. What did he say? He said to not make such a fuss. He was the guy that takes out the trash at home. All I could see was Captain Power pulling a trash can. In a highly polished suit of armor.
Gold armor.
That's funny that they're two urinal pucks.
Yeah.
I think that's hilarious.
Moving on though.
Does that change it from Deadpool to Deadpool?
Well, this would be Dead Pea.
Dead Pea. And Wolverine. That doesn't sound right.
Wolverine.
Deadpool and Wolverine.
There you go.
Oh dear.
But sticking with comedy.
That's a t-shirt right there.
Could be.
Deadpool and Wolverine. That's a not safe for work tee. Captain Power or the Other Face Man. Oh, wait, the Other Face Man from the A-Team? Did he do the pilot episode?
I couldn't tell you.
I think I'm having an epiphany right now.
Uh-oh.
I knew that Dirk Benedict was not Face in the original A-Team pilot, but like, for real, Captain Power?
To IMDb.
I'm flabbergasted, but at the same time, I can't imagine Templeton Peck as anybody else other than well, that and Bradley Cooper, but he's my man crush, so it's a pass.
Gaz says I believe so.
Wow, I didn't realize that.
Josh says, "Yeah, his gold armor, pulling a trash can, mumbling to himself, I'm
Mumbling.
Captain Power. Why should I take out the trash?"
Yeah. Oh, he was face. Okay.
All right.
Good to know. I learned something today.
Well, there you go. And you also learned a couple more, like this one. The Wayans brothers are reuniting for a new scary movie.
Yeah.
With
Find the
Miramax
controls that
and
extend the
Paramount.
bridge. Find the controls that extend the bridge. Find the controls that extend the bridge.
Don't like that one, do you?
I don't care. Tim Dunnigan. That's
Come
his
on.
name.
Of the franchise, the original two were the best ones, and they were the Wayans brothers ones. But
Does that make this a return to form?
I think so.
We won't know until it comes out, obviously, and,
Yeah.
and people have seen it and get to weigh in on it. But weigh in on it.
There you go.
Oh, I did it.
But this new one will start shooting next year for a theatrical release. The Wayans and Rick Alvarez will be writing and producing the movie.
Did they write the other ones?
They wrote the first two,
They
and then it
did,
kind of
okay,
went off the
okay.
rails with the third one and Charlie Sheen. But
Oh, well, there you go.
yeah, originally, like the 5 movies had grossed 896 million worldwide
Oh dear,
for
that's
the
a
first
lot.
5,
That's a lot.
and that's back in the early 2000s, right? So,
Early 2000s books.
yeah. But, I'll wait and see, but we have had a whole bunch of, new horror movies for them to choose from now.
Yep.
And yeah,
Yeah, I didn't know either. He told me about it. I forgot. He was Davy Crockett too.
really.
I did not know that.
Huh.
No, Wayans brothers. We need another low down dirty shame, and I'm gonna get you, sucker.
What about another Blank Man? Come on.
Blank Man, or which Wayans brother was in The Glimmer Man?
I don't know.
Yeah, it was Damon, I think, was in that with Brian Cox of all. Damon Wayans and Brian Cox co-starring in a Steven Seagal movie.
Yep.
What freakish dimension have we crossed into?
We'll never know.
No, it's just the 90s.
Yeah. This next one's neat. Sin Updates is reporting that Christopher Lee will return as Saruman in Lord of the Rings: The War of the Rohirrim.
I'm not upset by this.
No.
I'm not upset at all.
Apparently, they're going to be using archival film footage recordings of Christopher Lee, doing line readings from the previous Lord of the Rings projects, and slot it in to, wrap up the
Presumably,
character now.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this is dialogue that presumably was cut from the films.
More than likely.
I would hope so, just to keep it fresh and not just a retreading of something we've already seen / heard.
Because it would be weird just to chop up all his current, used dialogue and then
Feed it all
to
into
the weird AI thing.
feed it all to Respeecher and just let it see what it talks like.
Yeah. Hopefully, it's actual archival recordings, though.
Well, I mean, that's what they're saying, but you can't tell me that it won't be
Slightly tweaked,
touched up.
gently polished.
Yeah, we'll call it that.
But this next one, it will be polished next year. Ironheart is confirmed for 2025,
I saw the little sizzler thing that's on Disney Plus right now.
which we have linked to in the show.
Oh,
notes.
okay. It's running at the beginning of Agatha.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, you've this character didn't interest me in her 10 seconds of film, and to me, this ship has sailed. Like, we're way too late for this.
Fair enough.
I just don't need this. In fact, this might be the one that I'm like,
Least interested in.
I don't need to go and see this. Like, for the world building aspect, I don't need it. It was cool that it was another teenage girl that, that the new Black Panther could relate to, but completely underserved and just not necessary. Served no purpose in that movie.
Well, she came up with the thing to find the vibranium at the bottom of the ocean.
That could have easily been. Why didn't Shuri do that?
She was too busy taking the Vision apart.
Wow. You get what I'm saying, though,
I do.
right? Like,
Yeah.
You could have moved that plot device over to Shuri, who is already established in the MCU as this brainchild.
Yeah.
Who's made all of the Wakandan tech, who's saved essentially Bucky.
Yep.
She could have done that.
True.
So yeah, Ironheart, whatever.
You got to have her for the new Avengers, right?
I just need my Armor Wars because that seems to have fallen by the wayside.
Yeah. Well,
And,
she'll make a nice, new addition to it.
I mean,
'Cause I don't
is
think
she
they're
going to
just gonna
be?
do a straight up Armor Wars. They can't at this point.
Well, obviously, it's going to be led by real Rhodey once he gets back in the saddle.
Yeah.
Which we better get some updates on that in the
Mhm.
new Cap movie.
But, Dominique Thorne, who plays Riri Williams, is quoted as saying, she's a student at MIT who builds her own version of an iconic superhero suit.
What?
Uh,
Well, we can't name names now. Come on.
Iron Man suit.
Yeah, there we go.
Until things go completely wrong and she meets a villainous character. And
Yeah.
it's been revealed that it will be Parker Robbins, the supervillain known as the Hood. And that will be played by Anthony Ramos.
Anthony Ramos, who we just saw in Transformers: Rise of the Beasts.
Yeah.
The Hood, is he the angry action figure?
That
guy?
is the angry action figure. Yes, that is the one.
He's the angry YouTuber figure.
He is.
Oh,
Now,
oh.
They have changed him for Ironheart. He is not your angry white guy.
I'm not naming names, but if you know,
You know.
angry YouTuber.
But
I'm sorry, not sorry. Yes, I am laughing at you.
Yep. But it'll be out next year, so we'll see when it comes out.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Time to learn a couple more things.
Oh, all right. Is it our history
It is.
history
On
lesson?
This day in history.
Thank you.
In 1937, Walt Disney's Silly Symphony: The Old Mill won an Academy Award for Best Short Subject Cartoons.
What?
Yeah.
37?
37.
Is this one of the ones that they're not allowed to show anymore?
No, I think this one actually they
This
can
one's
show 'cause
okay.
It's pretty
All right.
unconsequential. But
Okay, good.
in 1959, singer Brian Adams was born. So happy birthday to him! 65th
Hey!
birthday today.
Fellow knucklehead.
1965, actress Femke Janssen was born. So happy birthday to her as well.
I didn't realize. I guess, yeah, I should have known she is that old.
Yeah,
I didn't realize it.
X-Men came out in 2000, right? So
Goldeneye.
that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was pretty lethal in that movie.
Yeah. She was on a top.
Xenia on the top.
No innuendo in these names at all.
It's James Bond. They're supposed to.
Yeah,
be.
of course.
And then on this day in 2005, The Incredibles was released in theaters.
Is it that old?
It is that old, and there's only been 2 so far, right?
2005. Next year, it's 20 years old?
I know.
Oh, dear.
Makes you feel old.
I like The Incredibles.
I do.
I like both of them, to be honest. I think they were good. Wow. What a
The only problem was Samuel L. Jackson didn't get to drop an F-bomb. Honey, where's my motherfucking super suit?
Tired of all these monkey fried brains on this Monday to Friday plane. Monkey fried snakes.
That's right.
That's it.
But as we mentioned, we did link to the sizzle reel for Marvel in our show notes.
Oh,
and
yeah.
There was a whole bunch of other stuff in that too.
Yeah, they spent an awful long time. They hung on Daredevil quite a long
They
time. Good for us. I like it.
Yes, and Xenia on the top. On the top?
Zinnia on
On
a
a top.
On a top. On a top.
Uh-huh. But out of that sizzle reel, we got a little bit of insight to what's coming. Beginning December 22nd this year.
Yep.
What If Season 3 is coming?
Is that?
It looks to be some sort of Captain America style mech. I'm not too sure if it's like a
Yeah. No, I get
repurposed
that part.
Hulkbuster
Are we getting the? Is Marvel Zombies spinning out of this?
I believe so.
Is it going to be its own show?
Yeah,
It is. Okay, I wasn't sure.
and I'll tell you about it in a couple.
Oh,
seconds.
okay. Thank you. Sorry, I didn't
Yeah,
mean
no
to. I
worries.
didn't mean to get it too far ahead. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
no worries. We're also getting Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, which will be out January 29th, 2025. We only got a couple frames, and basically he
Swings off a building
swings off a building,
Yeah.
whips a brick, and hits some dude in the head with it. And it's like, oh,
in that costume.
yes,
It's
it's
not even-
definitely his homemade.
It's
costume.
not even. Yeah, it's. I was going to say it's not a full Spidey suit
No,
yet.
not at all. But like you said, they did hang on Daredevil Born Again.
They
And,
hung on this for a
it looks
long
good.
time. Like most of the sizzle reel is this.
Yeah.
So clearly that's they want us to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's going to launch March 4th, 2025. So, we'll be watching it there.
So that means Skeleton Crew, Short Break, and then this. How many episodes in Skeleton Crew?
I don't know.
Is that going to take us all the way to March?
I doubt it.
Oh,
Especially if we're getting 2 on the first day. But
yeah, you're right.
following that, on August 6th, 2025, we get Eyes of Wakanda, another animated property.
I didn't realize this was happening.
Yeah, me neither. But I guess this is their way to go forward without Chadwick Boseman for now.
So you could tell Black Panther stories without
Without.
character, without him.
Yeah. And then just in time for Halloween in October of 2025,
Yep.
we're getting Marvel Zombies
Right. Which
Which
is
is-
done in the what if.
in the What If style
Animated
animation.
style.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then to round that out, for December of next year, we are going to be getting the live action Wonder Man.
Which looks weird.
It looks weird, but the fact that they've included what's his face from
Trevor Slattery.
yeah, the Mandarin actor,
So this is what, his third go at it now?
fourth, I think, if you count the shorts.
Oh, that's right. I was thinking Iron Man, Shang-Chi, and now this.
Yep.
But Ben Kingsley, what a treat.
Yes. So I'm
Is this
hopeful for this one.
Is it kind of meta? I don't know enough about Wonder Man, the character, to know what's really going on here.
Well, they've switched up the actor. Here's a black fellow playing it.
Sure.
But originally he was a white dude, like a Hollywood
Yeah,
white
okay.
guy.
Yeah.
But he comes in, he's reading for the role of Wonder Man.
Reading
So
for the role of Wonder
I'm
Man.
not sure where they're going to take it, but
Does that seem odd to you?
not really, because
Okay.
he was an actor, right?
Yeah.
And closely tied to Hollywood. So
And so what? He just took the Wonder Man from whatever project he was working on, and that
Probably.
became his super name.
well, I don't fully remember his origins and stuff.
Yeah.
But, I'm sure they'll get us up to speed.
It might be just, the right take on it.
It could be.
You know how we were about WandaVision when we didn't really know what was going on, and we were like, I don't know what the hell's happening, but it's
Yeah.
so weird. I can't stop watching.
Yeah. And then like 3 or 4 episodes in, it's like, oh, okay, I get what's going on, and I really like this.
Maybe it'll be something like that. Yeah.
But tomorrow, November the 6th, if you didn't know, we mentioned it on Sunday night.
Oh dear.
If you were looking for merch, if you're looking for a gift for someone for Christmas,
Yeah.
it makes a great gift. And starting tomorrow, November 6th until November 24th, everything on site is up to 35% off.
Yeah, we love having you guys with us every week. And if you haven't already, we would love it if you head over to our YouTube channel and subscribed. But if you want to support the show, there's a couple of other ways you can do that. We do have a Patreon. We only have one level of support if you are inclined to do that. It helps us to fund the show in those times where we need to service equipment or upgrade equipment. And it helps pay for some of the subscription services that we use to produce the show behind the scenes. The other way, as Andy has pointed out, is our merch shop. And, with over what?
We're at 136,
I was gonna say.
I think now.
With that many designs, most of which are
Heavily pop
very,
culture based.
very pop culture based. There is a design in there for all styles and tastes. So,
In fandoms.
and thanks to Gaz for telling me, I know that for our US based fans, there is a free shipping threshold. So I don't know what the dollar value is on that, but not so much for our Canadian fans.
No.
But folks in America, take advantage of that free shipping and buy now.
Yeah. And if you see a fandom missing, let us know and we'll try and do something up for it.
Yeah, I was going to say, you've taken requests before.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then, we've also got stuff spinning out of Lexicon and other weird.
Oh
crap
my
that we
gosh.
send on
Yeah.
there.
Got any of them Spondylex?
Gonna send one of those to Weird Al. But speaking of concerts, Oasis is canceling
Dear, I
reunion
saw
tour tickets sold by resellers.
I saw the headline and they didn't say that.
No,
They didn't
kinda,
say
like,
reseller. They just said canceling
Canceling
thousands of tickets. And I'm like, when you put the words cancel tickets and Oasis in the same sentence, I'm like, the band has imploded again.
already. It didn't take long, but no, they're actually just canceling around 50,000 tickets for its British tour date that was resold on secondary websites like StubHub and Viagogo.
Yeah, I
I guess there was a clause in it that you can buy them, you
No
can actually resell them
yeah.
on legit sites.
Yeah.
But if you go around and to these other sites and jack the shit out of the price, no go.
I just love that the band, for a band that is notoriously feisty, this is the right way to be all feisty.
Yeah.
Just cancel the tickets, put them back in rotation, and resell them at a regular price.
And that's what they're doing.
I have to applaud them for doing this. I think that this is a real step in the right direction.
This is something that probably should have been done for Taylor Swift and her Eras tour.
I can tell you,
paying upwards of what, $10,000 per ticket.
Any big artist, again, on that, like, oh, you don't know if there's going to be another time around.
Yeah.
Anytime a band goes out on the road and there's like all concerts are like, they're a luxury event, right?
Yeah.
And not everybody can afford to do it. And I get that, but like, it shouldn't be unobtainable to go and see your favorite artist, even at the back of the room. You know what I mean? Like, it just elevates these things to like this mythological place that they shouldn't necessarily be.
No. Like what? People went to Woodstock for $25, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I went to the SARS concert in Toronto for $25.
Oh, jeez.
And I got a t-shirt.
Nice. Yeah. But yeah, Viagogo actually issued a statement. They're a bit upset about it. We want to reassure fans buying tickets on Viagogo that we are fully compliant with the law and guidelines set out by relevant regulators. Threats from promoters to cancel tickets unfairly target fans who choose to buy on a secure, transparent, and highly regulated resale marketplace. Such actions are clear examples of anti-consumer and retaliatory behavior. And like, even in that phrase, though, a secure, transparent, and highly regulated resale marketplace.
Yeah.
And resale means you can put whatever the hell price you want on it, which is kind of scary.
Yeah, I'm not interested in buying resale tickets.
Josh says, give me $10K. I'll sing whatever you want for hours.
Nice.
There you go. Universal Orlando has a new ride, or attraction, I should say. Monsters Unchained, the Frankenstein Experiment. And it's coming to their Epic Universe in 2025. They've given us a preview of some of the animatronics that are going to be lining this new thrill ride, and they look pretty good.
Oh, wow.
We get the Gill Man, we get a Dracula, Frankenstein's monster, the Wolf Man.
Is that what we call him officially?
Frankenstein's monster?
No, the Gill Man.
Yeah.
I still think of Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Oh yeah, he is totally that.
Yeah,
but even in that, they refer to him as the
Gill Man.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Because by the third one, they tried to turn him human. And
these all look really good. I mean,
and right lighting conditions. If these are jumping out at you, they'll scare the shit out of you.
But they don't. It's nice to see the classic look of them in color like that. And I really like there's some gentle tweaks there that I think I really like the Gill Man and the Wolf Man. I think they might be my favorite.
Gill Man for me, but I love that one.
I just love the looks of these. They look so good. Nice. Huey Lewis at the Hampton Beach Casino for $25.
Way to go, guys.
I am so upset that I didn't go to see him before he had his hearing problem. That really bums me out. The bottom left looks like the guy from Beetleborgs.
There you go.
Nice. Damn it. This just makes me want the Dark Universe. Gilman? F that. He's the creature.
There you go.
Yeah, when Tom Cruise fails, he fails gloriously.
Yeah.
Looking at you, mummy.
Yep. But that does bring us to our last news item of the night.
Sure.
And despite reports that the last Blockbuster store located in Bend, Oregon, closed its doors for the final time on October 31st, 2024, rest assured, they're still open.
Oh, dear.
Posting on their Instagram account, they sent out a message saying, we've heard this going around. It is fake news, and we are here until the bitter end.
So whenever they stop granting them the
movie license, I guess,
the rights to the name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But they celebrated by handing out "Till the Better End" stickers to the first 20 customers on Halloween.
Nice.
So yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Stay strong, Blockbuster.
Yeah, really. That kind of looks like Christopher Lee Dracula. Oh, it kind of
Little
does,
bit.
doesn't it? Yeah.
That does bring us to our final item of the evening.
Oh man, what a long ride it's been, but it's chock full of newsworthy items this week. We have a few more newsworthy items. Well, one more newsworthy item, of course. It's Andy. He's out there. He's hunting for you and I, so we can save a few dollars with this week's toy hunting tip at Dollarama.
Yep. This week's a good one.
Yeah, man.
If you are a fan of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, especially the recent Mutant Mayhem.
That's like the newest.
It is the newest one.
Yeah,
You're going to want to head over to your Dollarama because they have the core 4 turtles showing up there for $5 a piece.
These are the basic figures,
These
are they?
The basics.
Oh,
They're
wow.
the 4.5-inch turtle figures, complete with weapons.
That's
and
pretty good.
whatnot. Regular retail on Amazon, $18.99 for these. So,
Wow.
You're saving 75%. And the other thing popping up there is What Do You Meme Seinfeld expansion packs going for $5 for that What Do You Meme game.
Right.
Regular retail on these is $25.43 on Amazon.
And that's an Amazon choice.
That is an Amazon choice. So yeah,
$25 Amazon choice. Nah, $5 at Dollarama.
yeah, much better.
Nice. Hey, I heard they still rent out vintage video games.
I believe they do.
Oh my gosh. When you're the only thing, like you're one of one.
Yep.
Why wouldn't you tap into that nostalgia?
Every possible market.
You'd want to be, because essentially they're an independent now.
Yeah.
Right? They're one of one.
They're the last one standing.
I would want to squeeze every drop of Blockbuster nostalgia out of that.
Yep.
You need a VCR? I got one for you. What's that? Super Nintendo? Here you go. Like, yeah, that'd be cool.
Yep.
Well, man, that's it. We've got another one in the bank.
Yeah.
In the bank. Last week we did a little preview. I don't want to beat a dead horse. Long live the last Blockbuster.
For sure.
Not to beat a dead horse, but I would like to take this one last opportunity, because the next time we meet, it will be Sunday. If you haven't already geared up for it, our next Sunday night review series, which will take us through to Skeleton Crew, it's called Back in Black series. We're going to be looking at Star Wars The Black Series action figures all the way back in 2013. We're going to look at them one wave at a time, and that's going to carry us up for the next 4 weeks
Roughly.
to Skeleton Crew. And then as time permits, we will squeeze in other episodes of Back in Black series as we go.
Because there's
Hundreds.
Lots.
249 for me, and I don't collect everything.
True.
And I don't collect exclusives and variants and everything else. So I would like to leave you all with a sneak peek of our intro for that. So just to generate some excitement for that. Hopefully you guys will come back on Sunday. If not, Andy and I will be back next Tuesday for our next installment, the 84th edition of Random Fandom Tuesday night.
Down to 100.
My gosh, what are we going to do at 100?
I don't know.
That's too far away for me. I can't think that far ahead.
16 more to go.
All right. Listen, do tune in on Sunday. We will have some special guests.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, until then, we'll leave you with our intro video, and I'm going to say goodnight right now.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Have a good one. We'll see you later. Bye for now.